Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our Timberborn update for modded playthrough with the Folktales faction. Last time we got a little bit more stuff situated here, got some things mostly dammed up. Well, we did get them dammed up except for this, and then I took this one out because it was not draining enough, but I digress. We got a pretty good start going here, and there's a lot of stuff we need to keep doing, like expanding our aquatic farm, which we can now actually do by removing these levees, because all of this is pretty much going to stay underwater, bar the longest drought that we could see, which is about 9 days, if we keep pumping out of it. So I think we're fine to get rid of these, but for right now, I think we're going to leave these just like they are, and take a suggestion that we got in a comment last episode, which was to go ahead and actually fill in all of these dams that are, I guess, quote-unquote, upstream of our little pass through the middle here, to try and force some more water through here so this wheel goes a little bit faster and will continue to go faster. So I feel like what we should probably do is go ahead and replace these dams with levees, keep in the spirit of all of that good stuff. So I'll just go ahead and get rid of all of these and mark these as a priority, because it is the beginning of cycle 6, so we should have at least another 7-ish days of temperate before we get into a drought, but it's likely we'll have another 10. It depends. We'll see. But we'll get these guys coming in here. We'll force water to exit this way, which means we'll need to open up some more holes here and then dam all of this up as well. That's something we can eventually find our way into, because we do have some room to grow. So again, last time we started planting a bunch of trees, and we ended up not planting as many as we could have because the forester was unoccupied, because we were sending these dudes all over the map trying to do other stuff. But that's not all bad news, because we did get some decent early production going with our gears and our planks. Got into some flywheels, so we do have a little bit of reserve power in the event that we don't have as much going through here, or we start using more. Obviously, we want to keep expanding this as much as we can, but we're going to have to do a little bit more first in the way of getting stuff situated, ready to go. So as soon as I'm convinced that we have this area dammed up properly, I am going to get rid of these levees, and we can expand our aquatic farm out even further and make sure we start producing more food that our beavers can enjoy, and have a little bit of happiness with. Other goals for today. I know, like 4 minutes into that, I'm still talking about what we're going to do. We need to go ahead and make sure that we have a pretty good handle on tree production, which is going to become a big issue if we don't do it right now. So that's why we have this guy out here planting some pine trees that were already cut down. We have these maples growing. We're not going to use these maples solely for wood, because we do have the ability to gather the maple syrup from those. And we have not yet unlocked the building that can help us do that, which is the bakery, of course. Well, make stuff out of the maple syrup, because we do not have science for it. And we also have to have the tapper shack, which is going to take 500, so we're still a ways away. But in the meantime, these are still a decent wood for us to be harvesting, even though they only give us 6 logs now as opposed to 8 before. We can still keep harvesting some of these, or we can just, hold on to them until we decide that it's time to start taking the stuff out of them. But we did plant a whole bunch of these. I'm probably going to turn some of these into something else. We do have oaks over here, but this is a pretty large selection of maples that we probably are not going to be able to get all the way through, even if we tried. So one thing we do need to do is get a better irrigation system in place. And a real easy way for us to do that right now, before we have access to too much else, is to come in here and put in one of those water dumps. That's a water pump, not a water dump, but yes, put in a water pump there, and make sure everything is irrigated appropriately. We actually don't even have to have the path come in this way, because we can have it come in from up top, like so, as soon as we have the ability to get beavers in here, which we currently don't, because we don't have enough. So we need to make sure these beavers are growing up. And we can also probably come over here to our hauling post. We do have 4 beavers in there already. I'm going to take it down to 3. See if we can get somebody else to do other stuff. I'm not going to take anybody out of the district center because, well, they need to be building all of these things. And it's going to take a while if we're just on regular speed, but I don't want to go turbo quite yet. So we want to make sure that we're being methodical here. We're not just rushing into stuff. Now, we did also set up our Dutch windmill, which is a fantastic mod. It allows us to replace our grist mill with something that doesn't require too much in the way of power. But we don't have any cattail roots because we had to replant them because they dried out. So those are growing. It's going to take a couple more days for us to really start seeing anything. And by a couple more, I mean about 5. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, we can continue building up our industrial area, although in the long run, we really don't want it to be right here. This is just a very convenient place for now for that to happen. It's really something that probably should be on a thing like this big plateau here. So that's something we can work our way toward eventually, but is going to take probably a decent bit of time to actually get to. We could, of course, unlock our spiral staircases and our other stuff to get up here and harvest these trees. So these are pines, there's decent wood. And then we could start putting some windmills and stuff up here, which we have not unlocked yet. Remember, the small windmills don't need paper, the big ones do. So this is actually pretty achievable. A couple of you mentioned this in the comments, but we don't have the science to unlock it, so I'm not worried about it just yet. We'll be fine for now with our water wheel and our little flywheels here. We're making, currently, at least a little bit more power than we're using. And as long as we manage our inventory appropriately, it really shouldn't be that much of an issue. Now we do have our planks here. We've got logs. We have a decent amount of storage, but we don't have any storage for gears, which is something that is going to become an issue later on if we don't go ahead and get going on that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just put up here, because it's kind of out of the way, storage for gears. We do have potatoes storage right here. Gears will be fine all by themselves. Up here, we really want to make sure we're starting to amass some of those, even if we just have this one thing going. We're not going to be using a ton of them right now, so it would be a smart idea to just squirrel those away until we do need them. Other things we're going to want to make sure that we accomplish to some degree today, outside of getting all of this filled in, is going to be to do a little bit of expansion here for industrial stuff. I think we can probably get by putting in a very small channel here with our levees and having these go 2 wide, which would be a, I think it would have to be a 4 wide channel. So we'll get to that point at some juncture once everything is, well, not everything is going to be forced through here, but there is going to be flow through here that will be a little bit higher. So we can double stack these a little bit and then make sure that this is set up in a way that's going to actually make sense. And of course, once everything is dammed up, this water's not really going to have anywhere to go, so these dams that we have right here can and probably should become platforms so the water can just flow completely freely, or at the very least, we'll have some sort of other entrance for it to get into, because if this is, I guess, well, it's not dams, it's going to be levees, but if this is blocked off, there's not going to be any way for water to get in here unless it's completely full, which it's not super likely to be. So we'll have to play with it. We might end up just leaving this as it is with the dams in place, but it's just going to depend on what else is happening here. So I'm going to go ahead and put us in turbo mode, let these guys get a little bit more work done, but they're going to be very thirsty, very exhausted, coming all the way over here. Thankfully, it's not going to be forever for them to take care of that. We just want to make sure we don't get caught high and dry by having open gaps whenever our drought comes back. Alright, so all of that being said, we're continuing production on the gears, which is going to work nicely once this is constructed, which they're not going to do right now, but that's okay because we do have storage right now for 60 gears because we have these small warehouses right here. But once this is built, these are going to become storage for other stuff. Probably would be better for food things because we are starting to run out of space. Could probably use some storage for grilled chestnuts. We don't really have any of that. But long term, all the food stuff is going to be produced and processed in one area, and then we're going to use our packing plant to make some beaver lunchables, beaver bentos, whatever you want to call them. And that is what we're going to distribute to the rest of our beavers. We'll have a bunch of different spots all over the map for that. But that sounds to me kind of like a fun project to do with our trains once we get those up and running. But it's probably going to be a while before we get there. For now, we'll be fine with whatever else we have going on here. And they just have this one levee. Actually, it's pretty much already done. They just have to finish the actual construction of it. And they'll come in here and take care of that, looks like right now. And that's done. I'm going to leave that path there just in case we have to come back. But right now it's day 6, which would tell me that we have plenty of time to take care of the rest of this. So I'll go ahead and get that rolling here. Get that plugged up. In the meantime, they're probably going to build this first, since that was constructed before any of this went down. And our power has actually fluctuated a little bit. And I'm not really sure if it's going to be long-term higher or lower until we have all of this blocked off. And then put some sort of flow control right here, or alternatively, put water wheels in this wider channel and then have them come up here. Could be a good idea to just abandon the stuff up here and just have this come all the way up the side. We do have our vertical power shafts again once we unlock them. So maybe long-term this is a better option. But again, for right now, I think we're probably going to have to stay content with what we've got and see if there's a way to make our beavers happier so they live longer, so we don't have to worry about having so many babies all the time. So to that end, let's check out our well-being. We've got kind of a lack of wet fur. Of course, the different food we can't really get to right now because we haven't got everything set up. Campfire, got about half of them. Happy with that. We probably could build a second one, and those do also help accelerate the development of the young beavers. All the aesthetic stuff is going to come in time. It takes kind of a while to make everything else happen. So it's a little touch and go. Now, I wish we could do frog statue, but we don't have the treated planks. We're not going to for quite some time. So we'll have to file that away in the back of our minds. One thing I do want to go ahead and do, since we do have a little bit of gears built up, I'm going to get rid of those tiny water storages and put in this big one. We finally have the ability to build a couple more of these, and we're in the middle of the temperate season, so it's pretty likely we'll be able to get this done and really increase our water storage. Oh, this one's actually just about done too. That's exciting stuff. And we're just about out of space for beds too. So I wish we had the science to unlock these double lodges, because we can actually build those in the water, and then there'll be a nice benefit to wet fur as well. But we don't currently have any of that, so what we'll have to do instead is just keep on building all this stuff. I think these guys are getting the roofing benefit, even though there's not a roof on their building. Yeah, everybody's getting it, so that's cool. What isn't cool, unfortunately, is us having any other type of housing to build, so we're just going to kind of have to deal with this. We don't have a second story or anything over here, nor do I think we really need one at this time. So let's just go ahead, put these guys in right here, and of course we'll put in, can't even remember where they are, these little roof pieces right here. Get them going. That's going to take them a little bit of time, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and empty our gear things here. Empty our gear here. Put in storage for grilled chestnuts. And then I think we're honestly probably fine with other stuff. Okay, this is set. Which one of these is set to? Okay, that was this guy that was empty. We'll fix that in a second. This is currently grilling chestnuts, and this one is currently grilling potatoes. That's a good setup. I think we're going to keep. Just have to make sure that we have enough of a chestnut supply to take care of all that. I think we might not have enough chestnut trees, but I'm not going to lose any sleep worrying about that right now. We just got to make sure that we are being vigilant about everything else. All right, so that's done. We have all of these logs that have nowhere to go. Really? Somehow I feel like that's not Huh. Alright. Well, we need to be storing some logs then. Can't put it underwater, so I think we're probably going to want to get into our... get into our going up the hill here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these guys. And I guess we'll start ascending. Now, we could put ladders in, but those, of course, are not unlocked yet, so I guess we really can't put ladders in. Want to be technical about it. But what we can do is put water in here. I should have done that before the building was built. Now, that's looking better. Alright, and then they'll take care of that. And then we'll just put in our regular stairs like we know to do. I don't have the science to research, unfortunately. You know what I didn't do? You know what I didn't do is I didn't get rid of these trees. And I really, really should have done that. Oh, boy. This is what happens when you don't think ahead. Oh, yeah, I'll figure it out while we're going. Yeah, definitely. That's a great strategy. Let me know how that works out for you. But I digress. We've got quite a lot to take care of here. Now, where is our... there it is. Yeah, this guy is not going to stay here. We're going to move him up to a place where he's going to be able to access... That's the wrong one. Going to be able to access more trees. And for right now, that's right here. So we'll get that going. They can go ahead and take care of all those trees. I'll mark all these for cutting. And then we'll, of course, have to put something else up here. So now we have our drought warning. We got 3 more days. You know what I think we probably want to do? This hasn't been dammed up yet, so we can't delete these. Water level needs to be, when drought starts, height needs to go all the way up. When drought ends, probably needs to go down to 0. I'll put it down to 0.5 just in case. Yeah, so people were asking, hey, why haven't you automated your floodgate yet? You have the option to do that. The smart answer is, I didn't think it would be useful. But the real answer is, I forgot. So we'll get that taken care of right now. Let's just check a couple other things. I think the, yeah, these are set to pause when the drought starts. So I think we're probably going to be okay if this is paused. Not going to be the end of the world. I'm going to just go ahead and set that. I can always unpause them if we need to. But I'm hoping that our extra supply of water here is going to be adequate. We'll see. We have about 35 beavers. I think normal they consume 2 per day. So assuming a 5-day drought, that's about right. But you know they're going to be more than 5. So probably actually is in our interest to build another one of these right here and prioritize construction on this. So we'll see. We got some time to figure it out. We probably should have dammed this up, but we got some more pressing needs to take care of everything else. Make sure that we have enough wood, which, you know, we do, but there's a bunch of other stuff that we definitely also need to be taking a look at. Now, I think, do we have any storage for sunflower seeds? We do not. So we can make this an easy sunflower seed storage as soon as I remember where they are. There they are. All right. Yeah, we would definitely need to get some more beavers in here post-haste. Fortunately, we have the extra beds, so they will do what they want to do when the time comes. Yeah, we just really should have maybe spent a little bit more time taking care of the rest of this stuff. I do think, though, that this is going to end up being fine. It's just too bad we couldn't get all this done. Well, we got time. Probably go through at least another entire cycle before we're finished with this episode anyway. But with the drought already almost here, I'm not going to start building this until probably halfway through the drought, because we're not going to need it. But what we probably should do... I can leave this. It's going to drain anyway, because we don't have this taken care of. We'll just make sure that the water in here is as high as it needs to be, which I think it probably is. Should be okay. We can't quite unlock the water dumps yet, because we don't have enough beavers to be sitting here in the inventors. Lots and lots of stuff we want to get to, but haven't. Alright, gather flags for berries. We probably don't need this many berries. In fact, I would venture to guess we probably won't ever need that many berries. So, could be a mistake, potentially. Might not be. We'll see what happens. I know these trees are going to be dry for a little bit, so as long as we get them planted, that'll be nice. These guys will last without water for almost 2 weeks. Should be. We'll see. All this water is just going to run out because we don't have everything stopped up. But this right here is going to be a-okay. We are going to want to probably put a dam here at some point. It just was not a super big priority at this exact moment in time. But good news is, got these good to go. We'll go ahead and, oh, I can't research the double platform yet. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll get this in here. And then they can start tearing these guys down. And I think we can start by putting a large... Oh, nope, I can't because I gotta wait for them to get to all that stuff. So we'll get there. Here comes the drought. And we should see... Yep, that goes up immediately. And those turn off. Hey, look at that. We got this pretty full. 2/3. Not bad. So all of our water outside is going to go away. Except for right here. Which means a couple of these potatoes will die. But that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Although it would be nice if they would grow to full maturity before that happens. I think we might... Yeah, we'll get a couple of these. That's good. But again, we have plenty of storage for grilled potatoes. So really, I am very unbothered by this. Alright, so I'm going to let them get this tree. And then I'll put this guy in the corner here. Because I don't really have anywhere else for him to go. Now, actually, if I put a platform here... No, those have to be ground only. I think. Or do they? Well, now I'm curious. I don't really have... Oh, no! Ho-ho, they can go on top of stuff. Alright. Well, good news is, some of these trees are going to stay wet. They're going to die in 8 days, but it's only a 7-day drought. 11.2 days. Don't care about birches. Yeah, so obviously long-term we want this to be irrigated, but short-term we're okay without it. And once everything is completely stopped up, it's really not going to be an issue whatsoever. So now is the time for us to take advantage of this and start planting all of our levees. And I am going to leave this in the corner, even though I don't need to. Strictly speaking, should be okay. And we're going to want this to be our exit right here. So instead of a dam, maybe I just want it to be a dam. That's probably fine. Yeah, we'll just put the dam right there. We might have to trade some of those out for dams later. But we want the water to be exiting here. So it has to go through here and then through here at a great rate of speed. And then out the center. We could put a couple more of these water wheels in place. But of course, eventually, our long-term goal is going to be to get industrial stuff up here. And we'll see how that goes. It's going to be probably a bit of work to get there. But for the meantime, we can have our builders do builder things. And it's going to look a whole lot nicer when we get through the rest of this stuff. Now, one thing that is a little concerning and also makes me glad that we built this third medium tank is that we were already down to 550-ish water after, what, a day and a half. So we are going to have to turn this pump back on at some point. But for right now, it's probably fine. Let's go ahead and pause our lumber mill and our gear workshop because they don't have any more power left. Those guys can go off to do other things. We have our inventors working right now. Might want to put a couple more of those in. Yeah, we have this. We have the materials for it. So we'll stick 2 more of these guys right back here. Connect them up. And we're almost at 250, which is going to let us put a water dump here and have these trees resume growing. And that's going to be nice. I know it won't reach all the way to the corner here, but the idea, of course, is to have this be naturally irrigated at all times. And that's going to be a much, much better thing for them to do all by themselves. And this shouldn't dry out in 5 days. That should be enough water, theoretically. I am going to put a water dump here at some point when we get to a spot where that's going to make sense. Oh, this cattail, actually, this would be a perfect spot for it. Assuming, of course, that we're not going to be able to have this up all the way. We'll see. If we still have a dry area out here in the next cycle, then I'll put a dump in. If not, I'm not going to worry about it, because that's just one beaver we don't need to necessarily staff. But now that it's actually available, go ahead and unlock it. And I'll pop this guy right up here, get some water in there, and then they can continue growing these trees, which means we can harvest them. And everything is going to be super nice once that's taken care of. Now, I did say we're going to put some other stuff here, so why don't we go ahead? I'll just build that, and then put a large pile up here. Designate that, of course, for logs. And then that's going to open up a whole bunch of space up here, and we can also get up there once the time and space allows for it. It is pretty impressive how fast they're building this, though. I did not think they were going to get that done in quite nearly as short of a time as they currently are. I think, yeah, let's go ahead and build the dump now, so we don't have to worry about that later. Just prioritize that, because these guys are going to go all over creation trying to build this thing. Which, you know, is what I want them to do, but there's other stuff that is kind of important for us to take care of. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, they got a little bit more to go through. And then we can really start stepping up our employment here, because we got plenty of stuff that needs to be done, just not all stuff that can be done. Wow, look, we already only have 2 free beds. So we're going to want to research those extra houses next, and then think about how we want those to look going out into the lake. I think it would be smart for us to have like a little row right here-ish. And there goes that water. That actually did not go as far as I thought it would, but it should still catch all of this land once the water is back here. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll make this a low priority job. And we only have 250 water left, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that water pump back on just so we have a little bit of input coming in. And we're going to need to think about what we want to unlock next. Now, I really like the idea of having ladders, but it's 300 science, and we don't really need them right now for space purposes. So that's going to be a much later thing to take care of. I think our biggest priority right now should be putting manpower into getting all of this done, which we do have the resources for. It's just one of those things that's going to take a little bit of time. But having these trees able to continue growing is going to be nice, because then we can harvest them and we don't have to go quite as far to do so. If we can get the industrialization stuff moved up here, I think we'll be in a much better spot. And I just have to figure out, of course, unlocking windmills. Got to figure out what's going to be better. I think for the time being we can leave this done right here. That should be okay. We are going to need packing plants to have some sort of a power. So I think we can leave this here and actually turn this into a food processing area. But again, we don't have metal, and we don't have the reinforced planks, treated planks, whatever you want to call them in this game. So that is another one of those things that's going to take us a pretty decent amount of time. It's not going to be this episode, not going to be the next one. Might not even be the one after that, the way things are going. We're kind of kneecapped a little bit until we have a couple more things unlocked. But as soon as we get 120 science, I'm going to get those windmills, small ones, researched. And we can at least start messing with stuff up here. That's, again, something that's going to take quite a while to get all finished with. Good news is the drought is almost over. We have 1 day left, and we're not out of water. We will not be out of water. This guy's going to keep pumping, but it's going to get a little close. Going to get kind of dicey. But we now have 8 unemployed beavers, which means once these turn back on, we will have 6. Once these 2 inventors are built, we will have 4. And once these 2 buildings are turned back on, we'll have 2. Which means that we're in a very, very good spot. And we can do some other fun stuff, or we can increase the amount of haulers we have. Maybe put a builder's hut in, because these guys are not quite finished, but that's okay. This doesn't need to be done until the next drought, which is, at this point, probably another 15 days, 14 days, maybe. So we are doing fine. And I saw a couple of you say in the comments that this is actually a really hard map, and I can definitely see why with the amount of water that isn't, and the amount of depth you don't have. The verticality of the map really isn't very, well, present at all, unless you go over to the corners up here. But we've got plenty to do up here. That's going to be a lot later. So for right now, we can appreciate having what we've got now. I think we've been doing a pretty good job. All right, so we got our windmills, which means we can come on up here and think about how we want this to be planned out. Now, it's not going to be... oh, so there goes all the... there goes all of the dryness here. Now, what's going to really suck is if these get super dry. Okay, no, I think they're fine. All right, so now we know this definitely needs to be more full than it was for a 7-day drought. And I think once this is all finished, shouldn't be that big of a problem. We'll see what happens. There's no more water coming out here at all, so the speed of water coming through here and through here should be substantial. We shouldn't have any water coming through here because this is higher than this point currently until we have a dam put in here, which is something we eventually are going to do, but for right now, I'm going to choose not to worry about. Yeah, so this is getting very close. We'll let them finish this. I'll pop this last levee in place. And then we should see our water levels really start to spike up here. We might end up actually having to remove some more of these things to let some drainage occur. How close are they? 6? I love watching these guys just swim around. It's fun. Let's get ready for this guy right here. Okay, we gotta wait for them to come finish that. That's fine. Alright, let's turn these back on. And then, I guess we do need to wait for them to build this before I have them start actually take construction of anything else. Oh, they're gonna build this first, really? They're not gonna come up here? Is that because they don't have, I wonder why they're doing that first. There's all these other things that I guess should have been before that. Alright, somebody come finish this thing. Is it going to be you? Looks like it is. There you go. Alright. Last piece in here. And then I think... yeah, water pumping. Looking decent. We need to put in a couple more of those. So I think for right now, another medium tank. We'll flip the direction. Stick that guy right there. And then we do have... you're really out of lumberjack stuff? Really? Okay. Alright, well, if that's the case, then why don't we have you do... oh, we can almost reach. Almost reach. If I put him here, then he can reach everything. We'll just have him come out this way. And I'm probably going to want to, you know, move him somewhere else. But we have this slope here we can take advantage of. So we'll stick him up there. Get rid of that flag. Let him do something else. Well, it really is kind of strange they haven't started with these platforms yet. Everything else that has been stuck in here. At least we have these inventors. And that is an improvement for sure. And having all of this be irrigated is definitely nice. So let's go ahead and plant some more oak trees here. We have the space to do it. So we'll just stick them right there. And then up top probably would be a smart place to plant some more trees. I think this is probably enough maples for now. Then we can just have all of these be other trees. I am going to put in another lumberjack flag so we can have all of these cut down. But for the time being, Oak trees go in. Give this guy something to do. It doesn't take that long to plant a tree, but if you have a lot of them, you definitely want to get a head start. It's not going to matter to have so much to do if you're planting the longer-lived trees that only get cut down once every 30 days. But if you're doing pines or something, you probably would need more than one forester for this area. Okay, so this is done. Good to go. Putting some logs in here. And now we can think about starting to move some of this stuff up here, or at least building additional processing, which we should have anyway. We have plenty of logs. We can start thinking about getting into paper. And then eventually, actually the treated planks aren't going to be that hard to make. It's just the whole science thing is kind of an issue. But again, that's why we're going to have 4 of these things going, and we do. So that's looking good. I think the name of the game now is Volume of Planks and Gears. So if I were to do, say, this right here, how close can I get? Can't put it there. It's going to have to go kind of offset, or I could raise it a little bit. I think for right now I'm just going to put this windmill right here on the outside. I am going to prioritize that, and then in between, of course, we can put a small flywheel and have that be the connection and store a little bit of power along the way. That's going to be very useful. Yeah, so we'll let them do this. Also, the windmills are intermittent power, so whenever they aren't turning, the flywheels can, and that's going to make it much easier for us to take advantage of wind power versus vanilla playthroughs. If the wind's not blowing, you're not making any power. Unless you have gravity batteries, in which case you're still not making power, you're just using power you previously made. Yeah, we need more planks anyway, so we definitely want to get this going. Yeah, build that flywheel first so we can start storing some of this power. Would be a very, very good idea. Alright, so we got people complaining nothing to do in range. Now... Oh! We had all these guys working as lumberjacks? Alright, well that solves that problem. It gives us some extra jobs. Love to see that. That's all done. That's done. That's done. So I think... Yeah, we actually don't have to worry about water spilling off at all over here because of how this ends up blasting through that way. But one of the consequences of having this all dammed up and no outflow over here is that this is going to turn less, which is definitively not ideal. So I am going to go ahead and actually increase the amount of outflow over here. But we do need to make these dams again so that it doesn't empty out. Alright, this is already going up a little bit. So let's take a look-see. We already have our path coming down here. We're going to want to dam this up. And is this 2 levels high? Yes, and I think that's one of the reasons why we hadn't messed with this yet. But we'll go ahead and put some stairs in here. And then come on over here and build up levees with another set of stairs. We don't have really any other way to do this. But if we have this set to be, I believe, just this one level of levees, and then dams on top, that should be enough to at least somewhat prevent this from being a huge outflow issue. We might have to do 2 levels of levees, or just put some floodgates here. So actually, for right now, I think we'll just kind of leave that alone. You know what? Now, let's in the middle here. Oh, I don't have the double high floodgates. That is a problem. I guess I could research those, but the science is probably better used for other stuff. So for right now, I'll just make those a double high. It's going to take guys a while to get to that anyway. Might not happen until the end of our temperate period here. Yeah, those guys are taking kind of a while to get to that. Man, we have all these extra beavers. I guess we could just go ahead and hire out the rest of our hauling posts just so we're not wasting any labor. And, I don't know, maybe think about putting in a builder's hut Although that does take some science. We probably shouldn't be using all that. We should be spending science on unlocking some of this other stuff. Like, look at this go. Look at him go. Generating 146. Of course, only using a very small percentage. But I'm going to go ahead. I always want to open up power to build these things. I'll put in another lumber mill. And then put in a gear workshop up here. And then we can start retiring these things and think about putting in our packing plant, because we're not that far away. If we really wanted to, we could rush and probably make it pretty soon. But we're going to need to get some metal before then. And most of it's on that side of the map. We got a little bit right here. We just have to be able to get up to it, which is probably going to be an interesting situation to find ourselves in. At least for right now. Yeah, so what we're going to do there, I'm going to go ahead and unlock the scavenger flag just so we can get started. Put that guy right there. Connect it up. Oh, I probably should put stairs there. Oh well, doesn't matter. That'll connect just the same. Get these guys going. But I was curious to see if we could get this done. Probably is not our best idea to do that. Well, how much is this? 250? Okay, we can spare 250 for a double floodgate. I'll just put those guys right there. It's going to take a while to build it, but I think this will at least be enough for us to stem the flow a little bit. There's still going to be a little bit going by, and you really want a triple high floodgate. So, you know, actually, I know this is absolutely infuriating to watch, isn't it? We'll end up doing something else here. This is not going to be done by the time we get where we need to be. But I am going to triple that. We'll put some stairs in front. It's just the easiest, quickest way to do it without building everything else that we have to build. And then, depends on when we get our notification for the drought. If this is done and we still have another 3 days, then I'm going to maybe try to research the triple floodgate. See what else we can get done. But right now we actually have a deficit of workers, because we've assigned so many to the hauling post. But if I deprioritize that, then these guys are going to go do what they need to do. And look at this, we got a lack of water flow, which is not ideal, but not the end of the world. This should, being the operative term, help that a little bit. Now that all of this stuff is in the process of being constructed. Good news, though, is that this is now completely dammed off, except for right here. So, we'll see. If we get to the point where it's not going to be possible for us to build floodgates, I'll just put levees here. It's not going to be the end of the world, but we did not get our drought warning today, so I think we probably stand a pretty good chance of doing it. We just have to take care of all the rest of our problems here. Yeah, especially these buildings are not getting any power right now, so yeah, let's take care of that. I love these flywheels, man. Fantastic mod. Absolutely incredible. It's excellent stuff. So what we can actually do is we can just have these go all the way across the back of these buildings, and then just build the windmills wherever they fit. Now this is going to run out pretty fast, unless the wind starts blowing again, so you know it's not perfect, but it is so much better than just waiting. And look, there it goes. Recharging nice and fast. Alright, so progress is being made here. Now, science-wise, we don't have enough to be worrying too much about anything else. But I am going to try and get these things built. Probably just makes sense. There's also no rule that says it has to be a triple high floodgate, so in all honesty, having these just be regular levees, nobody's on the other side, right? Yeah. Having those be regular levees and then just having the regular double floodgate on top is probably a better solution anyway. if we're being completely honest with each other. So hopefully we can get the rest of this in short order. Although, hey, we got at least another 3 full days, so I think we can do it. We'll see. I also want to make sure we get our water situation a little bit better. I don't think we really have so much of a cause for concern right now, but oh, we need to set this to obtain. That would be a smart thing. Got a couple comments about our resource prioritization, which we can definitely do. Now we have carrots stored there, and do we actually have carrots stored anywhere else? Oh no, we have to somewhere. There's our drought warning. Yeah, they're right here. Okay. So we'll set these to obtain as well, just so nothing is completely messed up there. Alright, now how are things looking over here? Alright. Progress seems to have stalled slightly, but 3 days to finish. I think we stand a pretty good chance. This is all looking good. We've got a pretty decent amount of spatterdock now, which needs to be grilled. So we need a 3rd grill. And I think we can support it with the amount of wood that we're bringing in. So let's see, where can I put another grill? Now if this ends up just being packing plant stuff, I think that's going to work out just fine. Although that is going to require us to move things around because I believe the packing plant's 4 deep. It is. Okay, so let's not put the grill right there then. I will instead put the grill, say, maybe right here and set that for spatterdock purposes. Alright, so now we're just waiting on our levees here. We got 1.8 days left. Look how fast the water's coming through here. And that's the key to really taking advantage of your water wheels, is to have a very small area that you're going to shove a lot of water through. But you got to be prepared for where that is, or you're going to just really set yourself up to not succeed. So let's get these guys going. I, at this point, doubt they're going to be finished. But, you know, you never know. We'll see. Probably would not be a bad idea for us to have a staircase here either, just for ease of access. We are going to end up going to all these other places at some point anyway. So we'll just get that situated. Yeah, 1.1 days left. I don't think we're going to get this done. But we'll see. We got plenty of want to. It's just an issue of can we. Alright. Gonna go ahead and turn on the 24-hour working day. Last day before the drought, see if we can squeeze a little bit more effort out of these guys. We have the supplies. It's just an issue of getting everything down here. I'm not going to be able to build a builder's hut in time, but we will need to have one of those sometime in the future. Yeah, that's going to be the killer, is getting this in place, and I don't think it's going to be done, but at least even having this one levee done is going to be a big help. But they're gonna become real tired real quick. But at least this is full. And our water storages too, looks like just about, yeah, one shy of being completely full. We'll have 1,200 stored up, which is going to be very, very good news for us in just a second here. Yeah, so they did not get these done, but this is now a small enough hole. Like, look at this. Look how small this hole is. They're going to have a pretty decent chance. Of course, now they're going to be, you know, exhausted. But they're going to have a pretty good chance of getting all this stuff done, at least for one of the floodgates. But it is definitely going to descend in level here. But it's only an 8-day drought, so the amount of water we have stored up now is at least going to be enough to keep this area hydrated so these trees can keep growing. And it's going to take it a while to get all the way down here, especially now that that's built. That is excellent news. Yeah, but they're going to go to bed, and then by the time that they finish this, it's going to be down below probably the dark brown line here. So we're going to see what happens. All right, so he's done cutting trees, so that's over. No more of any of that. We got these guys working. These are still paused because there's not really anything happening here. So we are already improving our industrial situation. We need to be building some more of these windmills, but I did have these guys all kind of, you know, detoured to take care of this. And who knows, maybe if they can actually move these logs over here, they stand a decent chance of trapping a good amount still here. We'll find out. Although I do wish I could go a little bit faster than turbo speed. There's plenty to get done. Yeah, they only need 12 more. 10 more, I think. Think they might do it. Well, at least to prevent it from completely draining out. It's going to be low. But if we have to turn these pumps on, we probably can. These guys dried out and died. That shouldn't be shouldn't really be possible. So I'll tell you what we'll do is I will cut down the ones that have dried out so we can use the wood, and we'll replant them for the purposes of getting more chestnuts. And yes, to that end, I think we just want to turn all of these berries into additional chestnut trees. I'll leave one row. Actually, you know what? No. We'll get rid of all of these because we can just have the gatherer flag put over here where all these berry bushes are if we really, really need them. These should probably all be chestnut trees for growing some chestnuts for us to grill. Now, the real question is, did they start grilling spatterduck? Yes, they did. So our well-being should actually go up. Hey, look at this. They got it done, and I missed it. So we can actually just leave this completely up at all times. And this will have this side of the map pretty much completely blocked off. Save for our, what, we have 5 exits over here? Yeah, those are all dammed up. Got 3 exits here, we got 2 exits here. So it might actually prove necessary for us to go ahead and add some more. But for the time being, I think we are A-okay. Once we're sure that's the case, I'm going to get rid of, well, at least some of these levees. And we'll see what happens. Flywheels still have energy stored up that we're not using because we don't really need it. Meanwhile, up here just ran out of power. Alright, so now that we have all of that stuff taken care of, we have gears. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to build a couple more of these flywheels. And then see, okay, I'm going to have to put that there. So we'll build those 2, and then I'll put another one of these windmills in place. That should really, really help us out here. There we go. That's all done, which means I can put this guy here. It's going to be something that we have to wait on for a while. Alright, so this is all finito. I've got space to plant some more chestnut trees. So that's what we'll do. We'll get rid of that guy. Thank you very much for your service. And we'll get these trees planted up. And we'll make sure that they are not cuttable. Yeah, we're going to want to harvest all of these chestnuts. Now that we have oak trees growing and maples that probably shouldn't be marked for cutting, but I can't research the tapper shack quite yet. Well, I guess I could. I probably should, honestly. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Research the tapper shack. And then, I guess if I put this right here, he can get all the pine trees and all the maple trees. So that's actually a good spot for it. So let's pause that guy so we can't plant any more trees at this exact moment. We'll get this leftover oak, and then I will put the tapper shack right here. Because that is going to reach all of these guys. Can mark these for not cutting. Might end up cutting some of them. Well, actually, I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll cut those, and I'll cut, say, these. And then we can store our pine resin and our maple syrup, and we can get a little bit of a head start on the other fun stuff. Because the maple syrup is a prerequisite to make stuff in the packing plant, because you have to make the, I don't even know, what do they call those things you make in the bakery? Maple pastries, I think is what it is. So we definitely want to have access to all of that. And I can unpause and start growing some more trees again. Yeah, we're cooking now, folks. We are getting there. We've got flywheels discharging, but they should start. Yeah, there they go. Here comes that wind. We got 290 input, 220 demand. Yeah, stuff's looking good. Wood workshop, we don't have enough science yet. But if we start harvesting the pine resin, then we're really not that far off. So I think this is going to be the next thing we want to unlock. Because that's going to let us get into a bunch of other stuff. Just got to get there. Oh, you know what I should have done? Actually, now that I think about it, I should have put some more flywheels here. Because these guys kind of in the way. Do I dare demolish this to put 2 more flywheels in the back? It might not be the most stupid thing I've ever done. Well, I think I'll wait until they stop turning. I'll go ahead and put the items actually in place here. Shouldn't have a problem actually connecting to anything. I could go either way, but I guess we'll just do that so they have the continuity of being the same direction. All right, so let's see how we're looking here. The water level here is actually declining more than I thought it would. So there's nowhere it can get out, right? I don't think so, because this is only going to go over if it's, what, 0.66? I think otherwise it's probably fine. Everything else is looking all right. These guys still have plenty of water. Good, excellent. Spatterdock, grilled spatterdock, we have 77. We need an actual storage for this stuff. That's one thing we really need to get better at is allocating different storage things. We have cattail flour, so we should probably have a bakery. It's only 160. I probably should actually build one of these. But the idea of having the wood workshop so early is very, very appealing, because that's really going to help us out on a couple of other later game things. I don't know. We're not hurting for food, so I don't think I'm going to really worry about it. I think in the grand scheme of things, we're fine. I am very interested, though, to see just how much water is going to be going through here now that this is blocked off. And the only exits are here and here. So we should see a pretty decent bit. So a funny thing just happened. I ran out of disk space to continue recording, but fortunately it was right at the very end of our drought, and you only missed about half a day of me just rambling about stuff that didn't make any sense. But like I was saying, very interested to see now that the water's coming back, just how much of it is going to actually go through this water wheel, since we do have the 5 outlets here. That's going to be something to keep up on. But hey, guess what? I was talking about it forever. These have stopped turning, which means time to get rid of those and get somebody in here to come build this flywheel. Although I wonder why these are turning different directions. That actually really bugs me. Is there actually a rotation for these things? Does it indicate which direction it's going to rotate? Because I would think it would be based on where the gears are, but they're all on the same side. Right here, and they're all, I guess if they're not connected, it doesn't want to turn them the same way. All right, I'm going to choose not to worry about it. We're going to make this a learning opportunity for me here. let's turn this back on. Yeah, there goes all of that water, but plenty more of it's coming in. And we should see, yeah, none of it escape here. So how much is coming through here? Alright, power output is not back up to where it was previously. So I guess we haven't gotten all of it coming back yet. But that's interesting. I would have thought it would have been substantially fast. Okay, now it's picking up. If it gets past 290, then we know we did something correct, but it's still out about 220. So we'll come back and revisit that at a time. Alright, so let's put another flywheel in here. I guess it doesn't matter if it's actually going fast enough. You're probably not going to be able to see it anyway. They'll be able to take care of that. We're almost to 800 science, and then I am going to unlock the wood workshop. All right, let's put our windmill back in. And then we have to decide, where are we going to put this thing? So I can put this here, but that's going to make it impossible for our windmills to be in the perfect location, which I guess doesn't really matter. It's probably more important to just have this in the first place. So have they started collecting? Okay, no, none of these trees are old enough to make any resin. But we're getting there. We've got a couple days left. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Oh, this is, that's as far as this can plant. So I must have lost some range when I put this tapper's shack in and these other things. Huh. Okay. Well, that's kind of weird. I didn't think that was going to be an issue. Do I really want to put a second one? Excuse me, sir. Hello? So I guess our beavers can levitate now. It's kind of terrifying, just a little bit. All right, now this is very tall, very high water. We're really not making very much power at all. So that's got me wondering. I don't have enough outflow, do I? If the water is that high, and we have dams, yeah, it's not even flowing over here, but it is roaring past this. So I'll tell you what, it's day 3. I think what we're going to want to do is get these guys widened a little bit for outflow. And that should help things just a touch. Yeah, now that's going up a tiny bit because there's more flow coming through here. Alright, and our wood workshop is up and going here. Looking good, looking good. Now, our demand is substantially higher because this takes 250. Wow, yeah, okay. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to build a couple more of these flywheels, and then I'm going to have to put in another windmill, at least one more. It's not going to let me build there, but I can put that there, or I can put it here at the edge, which I think is what we're going to want to do. And we'll just keep on doing the thing here. So I think what we're going to want is to have, well, there is a certain amount of clearance that has to be around these things. But let's see how close we can actually get. All right. This might end up causing some issues with us, but we'll see what happens. I'm not married to this being permanent or anything. I just wanted to have some sort of something for them to be able to do here. Let's see. So packing plant, of course, is going to require power. It needs paper, which we haven't started making yet. It needs bread. We need to make a bakery. Bakeries are easy enough. We can start with those. Not beehives, bakeries. Let's unlock those. And that's going to be a good thing to have across the river here. So let's flip that. And then I think we can put in 3 of these guys. One for bread, one for cattail crackers, one for maple pastries. And we need to start growing some wheat post-haste. So we can actually cut back on some of our potatoes here. By some of them, I mean probably most of them, because we really, really do not need that many potatoes. We are doing just fine. We have plenty growing over here. And that is A-okay. So we're going to let these guys do what they got to do, harvest these potatoes. But I'm going to start planting some wheat since we're already over here, just so that can start growing because we're going to need it. And of course, as this clears out, we'll plant more wheat. Alright, so that one's done. Waiting on this one. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna fill up these whole things right here. Just a whole bunch of flywheels. And we'll see if that ends up working out nicely. I think it will. Yeah, we're only operating about half efficiency right now. So we definitely want to have some other stuff going on. Let's put in some piles. At least a couple, because we want to start storing these treated planks. And then I guess we probably also want to start storing scrap metal. So these guys have gotten up to that recently. We're going to have some other metal refinement and stuff going as well. Let's see, what are we finished building these things? All right, so that's looking okay. Water outflow is actually very slow. So we probably do want to have a dam here, just to make sure that we're not in a completely terrible spot. I'll just go ahead and stick those guys. And that should force more of the water back around here, even though we really don't need that to be a thing. Alright. Okay. Oh, so that's actually dead. That's good. That's good. We can get rid of that. We can, because we had unplanted that anyway. I'm going to put a water dump here. I'm not saying we have to use it, but it's very good to have emergency in case we need to splash these plants. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this one here so this can kind of direct water, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these because that's going to allow us to plant some additional aquatic crops. I just have to make sure what the range... Oh, look at all this space we have. Yeah, cattails definitely going in here. Spatterdock. And another thing of cattails. I just want to make sure I don't mess up the order here. Nope, I definitely did. Not my brightest moment. Yeah, let's fix that real quick. No, it doesn't have to be like this, I know. But there is somewhat of a point of pride in not forgetting to do things the way you said you were going to do them. Alright, where were we waiting on? Gears? Are we out of gears, really? Alright, so I probably should not have had this first one be bread. This one probably should be cattail crackers. And I'll make this one into bread. Because we do have the cattail flour already ready to go. So we want to make sure we're taking advantage of that. And yeah, I was thinking they would have this potato area more cleared out by now. So I guess we'll just go ahead and plant some sort of haphazard arrangement of wheat and call it a day. But hey, look at this. Dam here is just about complete. Probably should have been levees in all honesty. But what can I say? That's fine to have that there. Yeah, outflow through here is not really a thing. I guess if we really wanted to be intelligent, I guess I could say we could turn this into an area of levees, and then just have this go all the way across. That would give us all of this having to go either through here or just easy route through all of this, because we do want to get across here anyway. So if we were to do that, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but bear with me. Yeah, I'll just make these mostly levees. Just a couple of dams for crossflow doesn't really matter that much, but we'll get through here and then we can break these barriers, have some more flooded land here. This could actually be a decent farming location. Or we could exploit it as a swimming hole with some Lidos here eventually. When we get to that point, we're still kind of far up. But look at us, we're already at 16 well-being. That is pretty good. And we're still planting. Yes, I can fix this. I'll just go ahead and do my alternating stripes. A couple more of those. Okay, this is going to be really great and pretty much usable probably forever, because this is a great spot for it. It's very central. Already making cattail crackers. Yeah, we already have a full storage of that. We're really going to have to get in on some food storage stuff pretty soon. Alright, so we have those still waiting on gears. I guess that's what happens when you have all this other stuff going on. Okay, now how much do I need for the packing plant? We're now capable of actually having all the components. We just don't have the paper. You know, I did it again. I swear. Didn't I say we're going to have to be careful about how this is plopped in here, because it's going to cause problems if I don't have it in the right spot? Well, I did it again. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to, yeah, I'm just kind of a mess, huh? Let's do this. Let's plop those things there, and I will go ahead and actually build a packing plant. Build 2 of them. All right, like this. I wish it wouldn't have put that stuff down there, though. That's going to be so annoying to get out. So if I do that, then that's going to direct water through here. Oh, is this even a smart idea? Who knows? All I knows is we got to get some paper. So let's build ourselves a paper mill. Do I want to put this here? Yeah, I'll actually back this all the way up to the side of this thing. Yeah, we can just come right across here. That'll be fine for right now. So now the problem is, if you don't have a lot of wind for a while and you don't have an adequate supply of storage here, you can be very quickly in some sort of a problem. And I need the gears to actually do all these flywheels. So I'm gonna pause the wood workshop for right now and see if we can use a little bit more of this power to take care of everything else, because it's not going the best it's ever gone. I'll tell you what, we'll pause those 2. How these still have a completely full storage. Excellent. Okay, cattail crackers doing cattail cracker things. Looking good. Continue to plant some wheat. There we go. Don't forget to leave this open so we can have a path across there. So I think if we have this set up correctly, we might actually be okay now putting a water wheel or 2 here. You just need to make sure these are connected. Oh, they don't take power on the end? They take power on the side? Are you serious? Oh man, that's a blunder. How in the world? How did I not? Jeez. Okay. Well, let's just say that was not something I had considered. So now I got to figure out. I already have these. I don't have. They don't make these that go around corners, so I'd have to actually have a corner shaft, and then I'd have to build up some sort of connection between them. Well, at any rate, I can put in, I think, yeah, let's leave that open. I'm just going to put in these two right here. And I think that should be enough. We can just connect these, and hopefully it ends up working. I had completely forgotten that these don't connect in the back. Man, that's embarrassing. That is just straight up. That is shameful. I've already forgotten that. Well, at least the Gear Workshop's up and running. And I don't think we have to worry about too much else in that regard. See, look, it's already making 180. I guess we don't need two of them, but it would be handy if we had some sort of mechanism to power some other stuff in this area. Who knows? Might put it in a mechanical gristmill. But at least for right now, we can have some water wheels store up some power. Put them in flywheels. Hey, look, there's our sign right there. All right, so we got 3 days. 3 days. Yeah, so we're going to be playing a dangerous game for the next couple of days here. So we got to do these things in the correct order. Wow, that was fast. Oh, that's right. These buildings haven't been built yet, so they can actually do that. Nope, nope. That has to be a turn. Has to be a turn. Kind of embarrassing to have forgotten that, but whatever. You guys see me at my worst, and you still come back and watch these videos. Oh, look, the water stopped. Why is that? That shouldn't be a thing. Huh. Very strange. Well, they can build this at least. You know the drill. We'll build flywheels across. Everything's connected. Everything's stored up. It's going to look ugly, but it's going to work. And then when we make things beautiful later, we'll rip it all out and start again. Which is always a good time. Now, the only problem is, I've been trying to build these things up here. So we could have, yeah, we could have paper mills and all that stuff. So, in the interest of actually accomplishing something today, with the rest of the time we have left, I am going to build... Oh, nothing's been acquired for that? Cool, we'll just get rid of it. Yeah, let's build this gear workshop with great haste. Get these guys going, because we do have some power stored up. We're going to be able to take advantage of. We definitely need to get some more gears in our life here. Alright, so this is making cattail crackers. Can't make bread because we don't have wheat flour because we haven't been collecting wheat. And we can't make maple pastries because we don't have wheat flour either. So we're going to need to build ourselves another Dutch windmill, which we theoretically could make a gristmill, but I hate using those. And anytime I can use the Dutch windmill, you better believe I'm going to take full advantage of that. So we're going to do wheat flour here. And man, we've created just a disaster zone of bad building over here. It happens. Just casual reminder, it will be fixed. We're going to have something that looks quite nice just as soon as we're able to, you know, get past the rest of the garbage here. Good news is we're making gears. So we should have these soon. I really need to get these connected. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have any more stuff built here. At least for the time being. Good news is we'll have enough power stored in this flywheel to last us a little bit into the drought. Should be okay, and it's not like these are turning anyway. So that is also fine. Now, we don't have any excess water leaving. We just have it speeding out this way. And we have completely stopped over here. So it might actually be in our best interest for the sake of our power wheels, water wheels. 6-day drought. All right, cool. For us to replace these with levees and to replace these also with levees. But now the problem is I've gotten rid of the boundaries for this thing. So if I want these to not dry out, I really should not be having these become holes during a drought. They should be during a wet season. Oh, and now water is going this way? What? How does that make sense? Alright, that's really dumb. So I'll tell you what we'll do, since we're already here, and I don't have any reason not to. I'm just going to connect this guy with a straight power shaft so he can at least harness some of this power before this goes away. I don't know why it's backflowing here. It really has no reason to, but if I can exploit it, I'm going to exploit it. We'll just roll with it until it stops, and then roll with it, get it, because it's a wheel. And then we'll just do what we have to do. So next flywheel we make is going to have to be this guy. Huh, is this... Oh, okay, it's not going down because nobody's working. There we go. We'll get this built, we'll get this built, and then we'll put one more here. And then we should hopefully be able to use some gears to make our paper mill so we can actually start making beaver bentos. Because that was the one thing I really wanted to do was, well, that. Yeah, we need to get our well-being back up because our beavers are not living as long. Because now they're starting to get injured. Got wet first. We really could use some more showers. Grilled chestnuts. Are we really out of chestnuts? We should... Wow, you know, I'm really dumb. You know why? Because we were using the gatherer flag to gather chestnuts, and I got rid of it because I thought it was... Oh, boy. Yeah, that's, Yep. Oh, boy. That is, that's a stroke of genius, isn't it? Well, I'm going to get rid of one of these. Put a gatherer flag. Man, I know someone's going to make a comment about that, too. It's always so funny when it happens, too. Like, I think I'll do something really smart, and then it turns out I was actually being extremely stupid when that happened. Well, shouldn't be a surprise at this point. Yeah, let's get the rest of this built, please. Waiting on gears. At least this is recharging. So I have no way of knowing what the actual reserve capacity of this up here is because it doesn't pull stats like the gravity batteries do, or the whole power network does. But I think this is probably okay for right now. I do want to build another windmill just to be safe, but we've got plenty of other stuff that needs to get done, so we can't get too upset about that. We still don't have any wheat yet, or do we? No, we got wheat. Okay, so let's expedite oh, of course it needs gears. It needs 25 gears. Yep. How did I know? How did I know it needed gears? Well, we're just gonna have to wait. Oh my god, everything needs gears. It's a gear disaster. I can't do anything else with these unless... how much power does this take? I should just look. 120, yikes. I could put the power wheel in. Please note that it's not a shaming wheel, but it is a power wheel. So we'll just stick this here. Now, one thing I forgot to mention at the start of the episode, I did finally put the naming list in. I know we're, what, like an hour and 25 minutes in? It's a long episode. But I did finally put the name list in, so we should see at least one or two of these should be beard booster names. Now, I didn't delete all of the original beaver names because we are not going to have enough beard boosters on the list to fill a population of like 50 or 100 beavers. But let's keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. You might actually see your name, if you were a beard booster, on here. Hopefully you don't do anything bad. If you do, we might put you in the shaming wheel. But I digress. I think, yeah, none of these are actual beard booster names. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening with all of that. But man, I need them to make more gears. We're in such dire need of gears. I cannot even begin to explain how much we need gears. Well, at least the paper mill's working, so we can make paper, so we can make packing plants that we can't make because we don't have enough gears. Or metal, actually, because we haven't started smelting either. We need to do a lot more with power before we can get to metal. So we have, finally, paper. That's good at least. We're making progress. We're making gears. We're not going to have anything stored here, but that's fine. Oh, they're going to try and build this way first, aren't they? Got logs going. Did they build this one yet? What they really need to do is build this thing, this Dutch windmill, because we got a lot of stuff going on we probably should get to, but we kind of can't yet. Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Yeah, we'll just connect all that because why not? No reason not to. Yeah, this isn't very aesthetic so far, is it? We're trying, though. We're working on it. Why are these 9 the only ones not grown up yet? That's very strange. Well, we have pine resin, we have maple syrup. We're just waiting for everything else to stop being broken, I guess. 15 more gears. 15 more gears and we'll have wheat flour. And you know I'm going to want to stop at the end of this drought. Because now this is actually kind of a long video. But hey, I didn't put out a video on Monday, so I didn't stream on Sunday. We did stream Monday night. Had a good time, City Skylines. So I don't know, maybe I can start doing some longer videos. I know not everybody likes those, but it is fun. Especially if I'm not going to be doing Wednesday videos for at least a week or two. So the Timberborn Tuesday, Thursdays, not afraid to have those be a bit longer. Come on with these gears, man. Come on, we got stuff to do. I did not get any. I was gonna change these into levees, but I guess not. Guess we're not gonna get there. But if we can at least get this going, I'm gonna feel a whole lot better because that's gonna open up our ability to make these maple pastries and bread, and then we'll be that much closer to the Beaver Bentos. We'll be very, very close. And once those are good to go, then it's easy. Easy sailing. Just got to keep the supply up. And we just have to worry about power. The eternal problem. Yeah, what else can you really even do? So now these are storing power, which is good. And I guess I don't need this power wheel anymore, so I will pause that. I'm not going to delete it just yet, because I imagine something dumb is going to happen. But man, I wish I had more gears. I should have been doing this whole time. Just collecting a whole bunch of gears. But it was not to be. The Dutch windmill has crippled us. Alright, come on, 5 more gears. 5 more gears. We're almost there. You know you want to do it. You know you want to do it. Because we got stuff to do, man. Come on. I guess I'll put small warehouses here for, where's wheat? There we go, wheat, and then wheat flour. Obviously, that's not the ideal amount of storage, but that is a little bit. And we'll get there. I think since we're going to be using so much more wheat flour, we probably won't need as big of a storage place for it. Man, come on! Where's the rest of my gears? Oh, you're killing me, man. Good news, though, is we have all of this that didn't dry out. That's looking a lot better. These are actually producing a pretty... okay, well, they were producing a pretty decent amount of power. Now I guess they've stopped because the water has decided it wants to go somewhere else. When it really shouldn't be. I guess it's coming through here instead. So, alright. We have the ability to take care of all this stuff. So let's just make these into levees. Why not? No, that's facing the wrong way. Hold on. I wish it wouldn't send these all the way back to the other side, because that's a lot of logs to waste. Somebody's got to come pick those up. Alright, come on. Come on. God, really? 3 more gears? How could they be this slow at making gears? I swear. I know I need more. I can't build more because I don't have enough power. So, before you say that, keep in mind, we're still very limited on what we're actually able to do. We're working on it. It just takes time. 1 more gear. 1 more. Come on. Literally cannot do anything else until this 1 gear is done. Come on. There we go. Get that wheat flour going. Love to see it. And they still have not collected these logs. That's a pain, because now I can't... Okay, they're getting some of them. But I really, really want to make sure we can at least do something here with these gears. Because you know the next step is going to be smelting, which is going to take, guess what? Gears. And another 200 horsepower, hydropower, Harry Potter, Hewlett-Packard. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Hey, up to 18. Very cool. We need to build some more housing, too. That's what I was going to do. 19. Look at us go. Look at us go. I'm going to research a double lodge, and I'm going to come over here. Should have done this a long time ago. Put in a couple of these lodges right this way here. And I actually don't know if they're going to get the wet fur bonus by sleeping in this, because it's going to be half submerged, but we're going to find out. We will see what happens. But if not, then it's just making smart use of lake space. And giving us an extra 12 beaver inhabitant slots. So we should see pretty soon, yeah, maple pastries coming up. Got bakery. At some point, we'll make bread. We just have to have a little bit more wheat flour. Maybe should have a couple more of these, or just give up and put in a grist mill. Oh, that's done. All right. So let's put in another little flywheel here. Look at these things. They're cool. Up to 20. All right. Yeah, look at us go. Look at us go. We're very, very close, friends. Very close to being able to do our beaver lunchables, beaver bentos, depending on your food culture of choice. American garbage, or I don't know, Japanese food probably isn't really that much better, but I don't know. They live longer. It's probably better. How are you starving when you have this feast awaiting you here? Alright, so you don't have wet fur, so that must mean that that doesn't actually award the wet fur bonus, which I guess makes sense. That's too bad, though. That would have been cool if that was a thing that actually, well, was a thing. Alright, get these logs out of here so I can finish putting this in place. Man, the short video fans are really going to hate this one. But you guys are feasting. Those of you who are, no, I know this is going to push out this way. But those of you who like the long ones, yeah, you're welcome. Alright, so this is out of power, which means we have to turn this on if we want any more gears. Actually, no, we have a pretty decent amount of gears. What we need to be doing is extending these things. So let's just do that. I need this one built first, so this can all be connected. Right now, this guy is really not contributing much of anything because of how everything else is going down. That's looking okay. 2 logs left. Come on, come get these things. Come get these logs so I can put this final thing in place and finally be done with water not going through here. Come on. Come on. Oh, they actually do it? Alright. Well, in that case, in you go with the logs. Alright. Yes, build quickly. All right, these are good to go. We have 14 empty slots, which means we're going to have 14 more beavers, hopefully in pretty short order. And then maybe we'll have enough beavers to man everything that we want to man. Oh, nobody's in the hauling post. That's probably a consequence of me expanding the population not fast enough. But hey, this is all connected, which works. Let's just make sure we haven't had any beard boosters born yet. It's going to be interesting to see who the first one is. All right, so we're supplying 357. We're demanding 300. So that's working out okay. This is very slowly going up, which means we need additional windmills. This is not a super easy place to build. I know it's not ideal, but it is... Actually, I need to pause this one. Because what we really should be doing is building out more of these flywheels, because you know we're going to get to the point pretty quick where we're going to wish that we had these. Especially because it's already day 8. So if we have enough gears stored up to build... I guess we're going to have enough. It's just going to be kind of a pain. Because I'm going to want to have 3 more of these. But we don't really have those. Oh well. I guess I will... oh, nobody's available to work it anyway. Okay. Well, in that case, pause that. Pause that if we're not actually going to be able to do it. Give me a turn. There we go. We're getting there, folks. Just bear with me. Put another one of these right there. And if I can get any actual like flow to come through here, this is actually going to be pretty good thing. If I can get everything that I want to go in here. You know what? Let's put a 4-way just in case. Just put that guy right there. That'll be fine. Actually, this doesn't need to be here anymore, since that's now completely dammed off. Which means we could actually, if this reaches, which it does, we could plant some more stuff here. Cattails, not that we really need to have anything else in here, but why not, right? Might as well. Okay, that's in place. I've got 18 gears, so I can put this guy here. We might, if we can actually get some sort of water to go through here, we might actually be in decent shape. None of it's coming over here. This is all really still... Oh, it's all going through. You know, I should have seen this coming. I really should have seen this coming. But I didn't. I can't really get rid of this, can I? Alright, so we'll just do levees across here, and then I will take these dams out. That's fine. I can't believe I got bested by my own ideas. Well, I mean, I kind of can't. Look at that, look at that. Look at that. We're going now, folks. Charging up those flywheels, getting these things nice and good to go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, goodbye, power wheel. We're going to turn you into something else very soon. Just got to get this flywheel all done and dusted. Good to go. Just come on, come finish this thing. We could put something else over here if we really wanted to. Actually might be the smart thing to do. We'll see what ends up happening. Oh yeah, they're making a ton of power. 800? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is going to be nice. It's going to be even nicer when we have all this connected. But we're not quite there yet. Alright, so we have paper. We have some treated planks. But we don't have any metal yet, and that was the one thing we were really missing. So let's... you know what? This might be dumb. Might seem kind of stupid. But guess what? If it's dumb and it works, it's not that dumb. So if we put this here, because we're going to have a lot of power stored up here. A lot of power. We're not going to use it immediately. So if we put this in place, then we can come in here. And I'm actually kind of worried about that getting wasted. So let's Just leave that there. Get this built up. This is already maxed out. Yeah, we're going to save all of our stuff. We got 3 days left. All right, come on. Get this thing built. Top priority. Because if we can start smelting, then, my friends, we're going to be very, very close to the Beaver Lunchables. This is going to be the longest Timberborn video I've ever made. But that's fine. We're making progress. We are making progress. But I'll tell you what we need to do is turn the wood workshop back on, but I don't have enough beavers for this. Alright, so that's empty. Where can I shed some excess beavers? Oh yeah, these things definitely should have already been turned down. And I probably should have used the job... God, that sounds annoying. I should have used the job board to turn those down, but I digress. We have not done that. Alright, so we just need 50 planks, which we have, so we should get those, hopefully. Hopefully, pretty soon. We have 4 right here, but there's no storage space available. So they should be coming to get these. One would think. There we go. Alright, so now that's done, I'm going to come in here with a... don't have enough gears for flywheel, I just want this to work, so let's just put this here. Alright. So now this is working. Just waiting for scrap metal. And looks like he's got some. Should have a little bit more coming in. We have a hauler, so that should hopefully start being better. And look at that, look at that, look at that. We're getting some metal. Stuff's starting to look better. So now the question becomes, do I keep this gear workshop? Well, that answer is probably yes. Do I go ahead and start building this even though I don't have the stuff for it? That answer is probably also yes. So I guess we'll just have that started there. Let's do all packaged food. I know we could have done some of these smaller ones, but hey, why would you make something small if you could just make everything all at once, right? That sure would be nice, because I'm pretty sure we do have just about everything. I think we might have eaten, we might have eaten all the maple pastries, but we are making more. Working on it, working on it. Need 10 metal blocks. Yeah, the haulers are going to be very important here. So who can I de-emphasize to get more stuff going on in the haulers? Got a drought in 0.5 days. Got tons of power stored up here. We should theoretically be in really good shape. We're making planks. Everything's looking good. Okay. No real complaints here. Water coming through this way. Nice power coming out of these. Probably could have used some more, but we're not exactly in a position right now to do that. We need these gears to build another packing plant when that time comes. We're actually a lot further than I thought. How long is this drought going to be? 9 days. 9 days, huh? Alright, well, let's see what we can get done. That will be the end of this video. This is a very long video. Okay, and I haven't started building... Oh, there's no gears for these? There's just planks and logs. Why have I not done that? I think it's because I've been hoarding the gears to try and make even more of this flywheel situation here. Why is this one set to 0? Is it because these are turning the wrong way, or are they just unevenly, I guess they're just unevenly draining. That doesn't really seem, Huh. Well, let's slow it down. Okay, so these are all turning the same direction. These are all turning the same direction. These are turning a different direction from these, but they're still going the same direction as the ones they're attached to. And these are all going the same direction. So why? That's very strange. I don't really understand how that works. Well, that's fine. I don't really need to be worried about it. Alright, so we're waiting on 3 metal blocks and 4 treated planks. We have a good amount of power still stored up, and it's actually still flowing out this way, which is interesting considering how everything else has ended up so far. We have some injured beavers. We already made medical beds somewhere. Yeah, we have the one. We just don't have a healer, which is probably something we should get to pretty soon. I know we have the science to unlock it. I just haven't really felt like dealing with that yet. You know what? We can unlock a Lido. That's an easy thing to go ahead and do. And then we can just find ourselves a spot and oh, you know what? Bang. Perfect. That is a perfect spot for one. Nice and easily accessible by everybody. Well, kind of. And this is out of power again. Yeah, we definitely need to get this hooked up to some more stuff. Alright, packing plant's done. That is exciting. Look at all that. That is going to be nice. Now we just have to keep growing some other stuff. I think we have everything being produced. We just don't have enough supply being brought in. But it is it's beginning. Just need paper and sunflower seeds, which we do have, and they're making them. Yeah, look at that. So here comes our bentos. We have, wow, we have 100 and look at this. This is like a cheat code, man. This is like easy mode on food. So if that's gonna be what happens, I guess we probably should have storage near all of our housing that's actual food, the bentos, that is. Grilled potato storage, probably need to move somewhere else. Carrot storage, definitely. But that might have to wait a little bit here. Let's see, do we have enough to make a second one of these? No, we need more metal. Alright, so food obviously is going to be pretty much completely taken care of forever now, assuming we don't outgrow our supply. Is Lido not done yet? Good. That's going to improve something. Do we have a shrine over here? Yes, we do. Let's take a look at this again. Temple, frog statue. Oh, frog statue we can probably build now. Yeah, we can build a frog statue. So let's find ourselves a spot for a frog statue. Stuff is going to end up looking better at some point soon, once we have a better handle on where everything's going. But for right now, I think okay, that's not a great spot for it. I know if I flip it, I can flip it, but then I lose the wood texture. So instead, I will not do that. Now, it's boring to put it right here, but it's a spot that fits it, so I think we will roll with that. Are we out of... Yep, we're out of power because we've also been making metal. So I guess that's it for our beaver bentos until we have power over here again. Which is unfortunate because they're eating those, because they're actually very useful. Very useful thing. 22 well-being. Is that from the, yep, from the Lido and the frog statue contribution right there. We're cooking now, folks. We just got to find a way to get more power up here. But the good news is we have gears. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I don't want to use 50 metal for that. These small ones are just an absolute cheat code. I swear. Let's, it's all connected anyway. That's fine. I'll put in 4 of these things. Should be able to build that pretty quickly. Get these things done. We'll do another row after that's complete, and then we'll connect this guy up. And actually have them build him too. So now it's just a race to see if we can generate any more power without this going too terribly badly. Unfortunately, we don't have room to put in one of those power wheels so we can get anything out of this. Because right now we're just waiting on water wheels to come back. I can't build a windmill because, well, where am I going to have it connect to anything? It's also not going to have the clearance. Unless... okay, power connection's blocked. Is that just because I can't... Oh no, it'll let me build this. The only question is, can I actually get there? This is not aesthetic. It's not great, but I think they can just walk through here and do it. We'll see. Oh, are we out of water already? Now hold on. Did I just miss? Oh, I definitely did. Okay, we've been absolutely chewing through water, so let's unpause these. I've made a grave error in all of this. Oh, these don't take water, do they? Good, they don't. Wow. How did I let it get that bad without paying attention? This is what happens when you get distracted, kids. This is why you never text and drive. Or do any other things that are distracting like that. It's just a bad idea, but hey. We have our frog statue. So that's cool. Waiting on logs. Those are all built, so that's looking good. Alright, small flywheels. Let's build another 4 of those, get those all charged up. And then, actually, you know what? I think... do I want another paper mill here? I don't think I do. I think what we actually want here is another one of these gear things. Another gear workshop, definitely. Unless we have reason to build something else, I think the gear workshop's probably honestly what we need up here. At least in this exact spot. That's also going to fill space a little easier. There we go, up to 23. Looking good. We'll get these built first, and then I'll plop this in. And that'll be an improvement, at least. Yeah, we got to do something about our water situation. So let's go ahead and put in a couple more platforms. I'm going to build another water pump right here. Just to get that going. And then, obviously, not ideal to be pumping all of this water out. But if we are actually... might be better for us right now to just pause these and just pump out of this guy so we're not drawing so much water. Because if these dry up, they're going to die like immediately. Also probably should pause this. Yeah, we'll just turn that on the old drought diet. I think now, with only 2 days left, I don't think we're going to kill any beavers from thirst. Well, we have a couple that are showing up as dehydrated, but they're probably not actually dehydrated. But I am going to take a look at this, see how low. This ought to last 2 days, right? I think so. Probably fine. Alright, get this thing finished, and I'll build our gear workshop. Okay. I am just curious. Oh, now we have 10 dehydrated beavers? No. No. You're not dehydrated. I guess we could keep that other thing running. Probably fine. I just really do not want this to be lacking any water at all. That's going to be very, very bad news. Would it be nice for this to be up and running? I'm gonna pause it for now, just to be safe. Really do not want these to dry out. I'll turn it back on toward the end of the drought, but they're gonna be fine. No need to worry about pretty much any of this, honestly. So let's put our last flywheel in here, connect this guy up, And look at this, we got a lot of flywheels here, but man, what a great mod to be able to have access to something like that without having to worry about all this other garbage of hanging gravity batteries off the side of a mountain or anything like that. It is unfortunate that we weren't able to make the Beaver Lunchables all the way through, but sometimes that's just what happens. All right, we got 0.5 days left. Yeah, okay, we got time. We got time. I'll turn these back on. They only have a couple more hours to pump anyway, but I want to make sure that we have at least a little bit, and hopefully this doesn't dry out. Yeah, it shouldn't be mathematically possible for that to happen at this point. And yeah, there we go. It's the end of cycle 9 and the end of a very long Timberborn episode. So hopefully you've enjoyed. I know it's been extremely fun to get back into this one. Very, very fun faction I'd forgotten, actually. With all the different types of actual real-world food. Well, it's all real-world food, but it's stuff that I remember from, you know, actually playing the game. Before we had all the Iron Teeth food rework stuff. Yeah, there we go. Cycle 10, day 1. Slow this back down again. Should have water coming back in momentarily as it pours in from our 20 source blocks. Man, it's going to be so much fun to harness all this power and make a bunch of industrial stuff over there. Yeah, but there we go. We haven't really expanded that much size-wise, aside from, you know, building this whole industrial area up here. But I think we're in a really good spot once we can get a little bit better at managing our power needs down here for the packing plant. This smelter is not going to stay here long term. It was just there because that was the most readily available power source. But it is going to get moved up here. We just need to have some of our metal harvested and smelted and all that stuff already. So yeah, that is it. Let's check and make sure we don't have any beard booster names here in the beavers. I really thought we'd have at least one by now. But no, these are all, you know, I got rid of, like, I don't know, 150 of the default names, but still hasn't picked any of the beard boosters yet, so who knows, maybe it's sequential. We won't get to those for a little while, but I promise you it is in there. So as always, huge thanks to those guys helping me out with some extra income while I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going to be next for the channel. We got some fun stuff coming up. Hopefully you guys like. And that, of course, is something that I'm able to do because of the support those people give me. So if you want to be part of that, and if you want to see your name on a beaver, then you can check out the links in the description below. But please do not ever feel obligated. That's just a fun way for people to, I guess, participate in certain things. And you'll get a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff as well. But if you can't or don't want to be part of that, that is A-okay. I'm just glad to have you here, and I'm thankful that you take the time out of your day to watch these videos and spend a little bit of time with me. So, yep, we will see you back on this playthrough on Thursday. We'll pick up where we left off, and we'll get all sorts of other fun stuff done. But yeah, mammoth 2-hour Timberborn episode today. Who'd have thunk it? Well, hope you guys like the longer episode. I know I always have a whole lot of fun playing the game, and we've been having a great time over on the live streams as well that we have Saturdays currently. Our not drowned, excuse me, that is not what that's called. It's a diorama. It is currently past 1 in the morning, so forgive me for being a little bit absent-minded. But yeah, we have our diorama playthrough that is Iron Teeth modded. Having a lot of fun over there with all the chaos that brings. So if you want to be part of that stuff on Saturdays, that's all sorts of good fun. And of course, we got City Skylines content coming as well, and more Ostriv on Friday. But aside from that, that's all we got. I am, of course, going to be taking a break at least this Wednesday, maybe next Wednesday too, while I work on some other fun, new, interesting stuff. Hopefully you guys will like. But I'm going to think about maybe getting into some other games as live streams and not producing a video on them, just loading it up, hitting play, and going, taking you guys along for the ride. So if you want to see some new games done in the quick and dirty live stream format, just sit down and spend a couple hours exploring new games and giving initial thoughts and discovering together what it's like to play those, please do let me know. You can drop a comment here or talk to me on Discord about it. But I've got a lot of games that people have been trying to get me to play for a really long time. And there's realistically no way I can get to all of them to make actual videos on. But if, you know, I got a couple hours on a a weeknight or something. It's like, hey, let's fire up a live stream. Who wants to join while we check this game out or whatever? So yeah, please do let me know if that's something you want to see. And as always, if you have any comments on anything else in the videos, comments are always open. So even if you just want to say hi or say, hey, you should have done this, or you're bad at the game, or like, whatever, just say hi. I like talking to you guys, and I look forward to hearing from you. As always, thanks for being here. Hope whatever you're doing, have a fun and safe time. And until the next time we have another video or live stream, that's it. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.